clips from Clinton's speech, and regardless of who you support in the primary, and frankly, regardless of who you support in the general, I think the speech is a pretty big deal. Not so much that I was horribly impressed with the, some amazing foreign policy edicts, but I happen to want Donald Trump to lose. And in the event that Bernie Sanders is not the nominee, Hillary Clinton will be the nominee. And, her Iran rhetoric notwithstanding, I have a problem with that. But nevertheless, at the very least, it's clear that I think she's getting onto something that will appeal to a wide swath of voters. Because what I don't want Donald Trump to lose. I want Donald Trump to be slaughtered. I don't want his skin to be peeled off his.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I'm using Rick Perry words here. No, but I want the Republican prospects. I want there to be really. I want Donald Trump to be tied to the Republican Party, and I want the Republican Party to sink in this election. And so it's encouraging to me that I feel quite confident about Bernie Sanders in the way that he would deal with Donald Trump. But it's encouraging to me to see Hillary Clinton talk this way. And there was just two quick quotes that get it. This is the first one. This is the speech that she gave yesterday in San Diego. Give me clip number 2.
There's no risk of people losing their lives if you blow up a golf course deal. But it doesn't work like that in world affairs. Just like being interviewed on the same episode of 60 Minutes as Putin was, is not the same thing as actually dealing with Putin. So the stakes in global statecraft are infinitely higher and more complex than in the world of luxury hotels. We all know the tools Donald Trump brings to the table: bragging, mocking, composing nasty tweets. I'm willing to bet he's writing a few right now. But those tools won't do the trick. Rather than solving global crises, he would create new ones. He has no sense of what it takes to deal with multiple countries with competing interests and reaching a solution that everyone can get behind. In fact, he is downright contemptuous of that work. And that means he's much more likely to end up leading us into conflict.
And, look, this is an extension of the race she was running against Bernie Sanders. I mean, as we near the end of this, what's clear to me is that the Clinton campaign was hoping to address none of the things that they ended up addressing in the context of this primary. They never thought Bernie Sanders was this strong. They never thought the electorate was looking for these answers, at least in the Democratic Party. They wanted to leave themselves a lot of latitude. They didn't want any ideology at all, if they could have helped it, in the primary race. They wanted to make it about her credentials, her resume, her experience, because they knew that regardless of who they were going to they were going to face in the general election, I'm just talking about their strategy. I'm not talking about what's necessarily going to happen. But they knew that whoever they were going to face in the general election, the ideological differences would be much more stark because of who the Republican Party is. And her experience would be a selling point. I think on some level, they were wrong about the primary. And even though I think they were more or less right about the general, but I think her experience is going to be that much more of a valuable tool because that's where their big contrast is going to be. is just like, this guy's just not qualified. And then, they drop the bomb, if you will, on this clip, number 3.
Donald Trump's ideas aren't just different, they are dangerously incoherent. They're not even really ideas, just a series of bizarre rants, personal feuds, and outright lies. He is not just unprepared, he is temperamentally unfit to hold an office that requires knowledge, stability, and immense responsibility. This is not someone who should ever have the nuclear codes, because it's not hard to imagine Donald Trump leading us into a war just because somebody got under his very thin skin.
And there you have it. I mean, people seem to get a lot more excited about that stuff than I think was probably.
It's like stand-up. It's funnier when you're there.
I guess so. But, I mean, I think the point is well taken. That's a message you're going to hear quite a bit if Clinton ends up being the Democratic nominee. Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.